When I was 13, I was given an injection where my spinal cord is hidden from the world. Invasive as it was, I returned the favor with a sprouting of skeletal papier-mâché excuses for wings. I couldn't bleed yet. I showed you imperfection was something other than disgusting, that discussing disgusting generalities led to drunk artists vomiting paint stains on ragged clothes. Upon a sober look at me, they kicked me off the bed, screaming bitter everythings because everyone always talks about sweet nothings. These were the things I actually needed to hear. They cradled me and thrust me into a steel-caged bed where I'd be fed gourmet meals of macroscopic bulges beneath my pupils, and boy was I a good pupil, chowing down on the chef's special of complacency and guidelines. When the ants would start to dance in my pants, I'd pluck my favorites and spread its wings to match the skeletal copper protrusion from where my scapula used to be. Silently, cautiously, I'd find where the walls punched each other and fly, fly, fly. But the ceiling slapped me back down, said, "Icarus! Just what the fuck do you think you are doing?" When I was 17, I'd answer his riddle. For the ceiling graduated into the yellow blot on the corner of my childhood drawings. Always the top right corner, always the top of the class, always cornered. Hey you, why don't you try something different? Here, coat your wings in forget-me-not juice. All my friends looked at me with serpent's gleam in their chests, but their mongoose wings kept them in check. I too was paradoxically challenged by the new drug called emotions. When I walked the stage, my wings were covered by the shade of greater Goliaths. They began to synthesize muscle and wore me down like a circus clown putting on their makeup 40 years after a bright smile and an optimistic first day. And boy, was I ready for le premier jour du reste de ma vie. Pamphlets of smiling drones and documentaries of debt reassured me that surely doing lines of powder paper with the answers on them would coat my musculoskeletal abomination with solid gold tears. The first day of the rest of my life. C'est dommage. It's too bad. By this time, imperfection was not something they were looking for, not something I had to show them the beauty in. I had to sugarcoat the diabetics' alcohol after they read thousands upon thousands of misguided kids telling them that they need to find the skin coating their wings. A million miles away from where they first spilled blood, 18, a magical number, a milestone. Well, I carried a stone for miles, and my feet have thanked me for their blisters. They say, "Hey, mister, how about using those wings for a change?" Sunset smacked me across the eyes. I tell my feet, hey, beauty can be ugly too. I found lost wanderers. Yes, I know it's redundant. Yes, I know it's redundant, but if we never said the same thing, how would the point be driven home with a drunk backseat driver telling you they found the meaning behind the new tango without a goodbye? Goodbyes, they're never good. They go by like a fruit fly's lifespan in a jar full of worms. These are not gummy worms. They will not pad the reality and will not coat your wings in sugar. You have to walk with these people because they know what matters. When I am 30, I want to know that the disintegration of my brain is because I work so hard on stacking rocks on a slanted surface. That the acid in my stomach never made what I ingested neutral. I want to know why the nights become riddled with falling stars, but I think I have found the answer. As I tiptoed over grotesque tattooed legs and distorted faces, I stared at the naked mess we left behind. That the fallen angels with crumpled wings and cinders had held smiles on their palms and opened eyes on their foreheads. If there's anything that Buddhism and debauchery have taught me, is that the line between the beauty and the ugliness is about as thin as the promises I made to myself at age 12. About as thin as my heart muscles at the end of the day, about as thin as the importance we hold compared to the universe. Merci.